The U.S. Supreme Court is preparing to hear arguments on presidential immunity that could have implications for election subversion criminal cases against the former President Donald Trump. The justices will convene later today, though they may take months to give an opinion while federal trials are on hold. Caroline Malone reports.
Less than 4 years after supporters of Donald Trump tried to keep him in power by storming the U.S. Capitol,
we have a breach of the Capitol.
The former president is running for office again, even though he faces criminal trials for trying to overturn the last election. A case against him in Washington, D.C. is on hold pending an appeal to the Supreme Court on whether he has immunity from criminal prosecution.
My choice!
The opinions of this court's justices have the power to make a big difference. Alan Morrison is a constitutional law expert who has argued more than 20 Supreme Court cases. He says in the lower courts, Trump's lawyers argued he can't be tried criminally because he was already impeached by the House for incitement of insurrection, but acquitted by the Senate.
Second and related argument is his view that everything he did was an official act, or as the court has put it in another context, within the outer perimeter of the president's responsibilities. And that means that everything that he's been charged with in this indictment can't be brought because it's part of his official acts.
A team led by Special Prosecutor Jack Smith is arguing that while there may be some basis for immunity for presidents in civil cases, there is not in criminal cases. There is also a long history of nobody being above the law in the United States. On April 16th, the Supreme Court signalled skepticism of an obstruction charge brought against some of the 1,400 people charged in the January 6th Capitol attack, suggesting it could become harder for prosecutors, including those trying Trump. Trump is already the first US president to stand trial on criminal charges over falsifying business records in New York. He's been indicted on 3 other separate sets of charges, but no trial date has been set in the Georgia case, the DC case is on hold, and a Florida classified documents case is moving slowly. Well, all of this as Trump campaigns to return to the White House. The Supreme Court is not likely to issue its opinion before late June or early July. And even if the election subversion cases begin straight after that, there's not likely to be a judgment before people decide who to vote for in November's presidential election. Caroline Malone, CNA, Washington.